Hey guys, it's your boy Kevin King, and today I'm here not with a dating segment, but instead I'm here with some fruitful advice on how to land your next job. Okay, let's go. So, you're applying to jobs right now, which I'm sure everyone is, and you get invited to a phone interview. So, today's segment will focus solely on phone interviews, okay? So, let's start with the basics here. Before you get into any office, you have to do a phone interview. There's no escaping it. No escaping it. So, what am I going to say about that is grab your pens right now, grab your notepads and write this down because I'm going to give you some great tips, great advice on how to land your next job by conquering that phone interview, okay? So first and foremost, when you get scheduled to a phone interview, you want to be fully prepared. You want to be fully prepared. And what I mean by that is, look, think of it like this. Phone interviews are equivalent to a take-home exam or an open book exam in class. And the reason why I say that is because you have the opportunity as a candidate to have your notes ready. Just like when you take that take-home exam, you have your notes, you have your open book, you have all the information that you need in front of you to be successful at whatever it is you want to accomplish. So, always do your due diligence before your interview. Write your notes down on potential questions they may ask you, and one question that is guaranteed is gonna be, so tell me about yourself. And yeah, it may sound easy, but you want to be prepared for this question because you don't want to just go on and on and on like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, I'm this, I'm that, da 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 da. Like, you don't want to keep going on and on. You want to be concise, short and to the point, and also precise, like just sharply said. You want it to keep it short and simple. And the best way to do that is to have your notes. Remember, open book exam, open interview exam, phone interviews, same thing, okay? Secondly, I'm just gonna piggyback off of what I just said a second ago. You wanna make sure you're fully prepared and do your due diligence on the company. Because I guarantee you, the next question is gonna be, hey, so why do you wanna work for this company? Or hey, what do you know about this role? You want to be prepared for that question. You want to be like, hey, you know what? I was just on your website last night and I want to work for your company because 97% of your directors started as entry-level employees. And that stood out to me the most because it shows that there's room and opportunity to grow. So I would love to be a part of that. See? Wasn't that great? That's why you want to be prepared and have your notes handy and available and in front of you. And you don't want to also sound like you're a robot reading off a piece of a paper. So it's good to recite the answers that you think they're going to ask you, to the questions that you think they're going to ask you, and recite them to yourself so it doesn't sound like you're reading off a piece of paper when you're actually answering the question. Okay? Secondly, it's important to ask questions. And they always ask that, hey, so do you have any questions for me, Kevin? Don't say no because that's actually an interview question. If they say, do you have any questions for me? You better have questions, good ones too. I'll give you more advice on how to ask questions and questions to ask that will wow the employer and have them, you could flip it. You could flip the interview to your interview. Like, now I'm interviewing you. Now, what? So my next tip, write this down. You don't want to sound like you just woke up. You don't want to be like, hello? Yeah, this is Kevin. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, right now still a good time. Yeah. Okay. You don't want to sound like that because it's just gonna make you seem like a lousy, lazy person and the interviewer is going to be turned off, okay? Instead, you want to be lively. You want to have as much enthusiasm on that phone call as you possibly can. You want to sound like you're someone who's so excited to be on that phone call with them. Someone that's so excited to work and start that new role that's available. You want to stand out from every other candidate, okay? So that's a very important tip to write down. Sound lively, sound energetic, and don't sound like you just rolled out of bed in your pajamas, okay? Lastly, you want to make sure, I tell all of my students this, make sure that you write a thank you email to whoever it is that you just had your phone interview with. Hey, Mrs. Blah Blah, or hey, Mr. Blah Blah. Thank you so much for undertaking this interview with me today. It was a pleasure, and whatever. I'll give you more. I have many segments on questions to ask, how to write the thank you email follow up, and just other tips and advice on how to land your interview. But for now, that is the most basic, the most straightforward advice I can give you as far as answering and completing and successfully just demolishing your next phone interview to the point where they will. I guarantee you, if you take my advice, you will get offered into a face-to-face interview. Okay? Follow me on Instagram at confidentblackguy.com. And you can also follow me on my website where you can subscribe to my segments. I have many segments on dating. I have many segments on just life advice in general. And I also have many segments on career advice. So follow me on my website, subscribe to my channel, and I'm looking forward to giving you more advice on having you land your next job. Right now, times are crazy and the job market is booming. The economy is slowly starting to open back up. However, companies are very, very, very picky on who they want to onboard, okay? So you have to be on your A game. You literally have to be on your A game. There's no room for fuck ups. Excuse my French, but that's just the God honest truth. No room for fuck up because there's a million college graduates. There's a million senior level candidates that's looking to get back to work, and you have to stand out. And I'm here to help you, okay? So follow me, and I'm looking forward to helping you guys out. And if you take my advice, you will pass your next phone interview and potentially be working by next week. Kevin King, thank you.